Welcome guys to the Slowpoke World, and today we're going to start off the Darkness Ablaze deck profiles, baby. We are here, we are live, I'm excited. Are you excited? Alright, I'll shut up then, let's get into it. So today we're starting off with a good old reliable ADP variant. Got ourselves 3 Jirachis first though, but then after that we got ourselves 3 Dreadnaw VMAX. These are a nice big scary boy. 320 HP Pokemon with an ability Hard Shell. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. That's cool. Already on a tanky 320 HP Pokemon, and we played Buff Padding, spoiler alert. Gives you like an effective 400 HP if you want to try and one-shot him. Granted, that ain't happening. Let me just zoom this in a little bit more for you. There we go. So 400 HP, they're not going to one-shot this. Let's look at the attack. So for 2 waters, 1 colourless, G-Max Stone Surge, you do 160 plus 80 on a coin flip. Now we do play the new Stadium Glimwood Tangle, so we can try and reflip that and always make that a heads. With an ADP buff, we're going to do 270, which is a nice big chunk of damage really. So yeah, we play a 3-3 line of this. The Dreadnaw V is also kind of cool. Basic Pokemon, 210 HP. With an attack, same ability is worth noting as well. Hard Shell, 30 less damage from attacks. But the attack itself is Power Bite, 3 for 130. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. 160 after a GX attack means you can one-shot Zacian, Dedenne I should say. Which is always well and good. So it's actually not a bad little partners, to be fair. We've got ADPs obviously ×2. We all know what they do by now, right? Jet attack for 1 metal, 1 colourless. No, it's not. For 1 metal, 1 water, I should say. You're an extra 30 for the rest of the game. And you take an extra prize card. So, combined with all the healing that we play with Dreadnaw, we're just going to say, right, if we get Ultimate Ray off, we're going to set up Dreadnaw. You know, we're going to take loads of prizes with Dreadnaw. You know, one-shot some stuff, one-shot some tag teams. Who make him really tanky and healy, and just say, right, can you deal with my big boy? And then we've got Ultimate Ray to fall back on into like stuff like Dedenne as well. Because we're playing Super Scoop Ups now, net I should say, we can play a Mewtwo Mind Report. When you bench this Pokemon, you can search your discard for a supporter, put it to the top of your deck. So you can always top deck it next turn, or you can Jirachi into it. But remember, this is a post-rotation list now, guys. So using Jirachi, you're going to have to start playing a lot more Switch and a lot more Scoop Up net. If that's the case, I think a Mewtwo is an auto-include. If we play 1 Dedenne, still just help us draw through. You could play 2, but the list is kind of tight. As it stands now, I think the list has been rolling quite well. So we've got 1 Dedenne. I'm not really a fan of Crobat. Over Dedenne, I think Crobat, it lets you hold on some stuff, that's fine, but sometimes you have a dead hand, you want to see as many cards as you can, and Dedenne is the best way to do that. For our supporters, we got 4 of the young Professor Research, Professor Magnolia. Why wouldn't you play 4? Good thing that doesn't rotate, best supporter in the game. This card draw 7 is kind of crazy. 2 Boss's Orders. Now, I wouldn't mind a 3rd, but then because you've got Mind Report Mewtwo to fall back on, you can always reuse the Boss's Orders, and this is how we're going to make sure we're not hitting into 1 prizes. We're going to be making sure we're always trading up, hitting the Dedenne, hitting stuff on the bench, you know, that we've already previously damaged, or bringing up like their Pikarom and 1 banging that as well, or any other bench V Pokemon for that matter, because G-Max Stone Surge will destroy them. 2 Guzmahala, because I love Guzmahala. This doesn't rotate as well. Because we only play our metal energies in the deck are only Auroras, so the only way we can search them is Guzmahala. It's also going to search our Glimwood Tangle as well as our Buff Padding as well, so Guzmahala is cool. We play 1 Erica's Hospitality. I think this is going to be really good post-rotation, because a lot of decks will be using the Dedennes and Crobats and stuff to draw through. Not to mention against the Turners, you're going to be drawing up to like 9 cards, which is bonkers. So Erica is like our sort of off-supporter slot. 2 Malolana, ignore that Malo, I don't own 2 Malolana for whatever reason. This is going to really help our Dreadnaw be super tanky. In combination with the ability, you know, we're going to be minusing off 30 damage each time. Malolana, you know, it starts to just make him super tanky really, so I'm a big fan of this. Anytime you play in Tag Call Engine, I think a Cynthia Caitlyn is always worth it. Letting you draw free and get back Boss's Orders or Research or Malolanas, you know, whatever you need in that time and scenario. Cynthia and Caitlyn will let you grab that. And we play 1 Marnie still, just to have a little bit of extra disruption. And I'm not really a fan of Marnie, but I can appreciate it's good. It lets you just disrupt them and see extra cards yourself. 4 Quick Balls, because well, most of our deck is basic. You know, it's going to search out Dedenne, it's going to search out ADP, it'll search out Mewtwo, search out Jirachi, search out Baby Dreadnaw. The only thing it doesn't search out is the Dreadnaw VMAX, which is why we play 3 Evo Incense for that. Maybe that's too many, maybe, you know, maybe we want to play 2, but for now I just wanted to see how good Dreadnaw VMAX was. I wanted to make sure I get them out as often as I can. and that's why we play 3. Speaking of 3, we play 3 Tag Call. This lets us search out all of our tag team supporters that we need at any time, while searching out our ADPs nice and so we can get our ADP plus our supporter and get that rolling as soon as possible. Play 4 Scoop Up Nets. Again, because we can't just use a skateboard anymore for Jirachi, Scoop Up Nets is probably one of the better ways we can get them back to hand. Lets us reuse Mind Report, lets us reuse Jirachi. 4 Switch, just for ultimate deck movement. Again, if we don't want to scoop up, if you haven't got Scoop Up Net in hand for Jirachi, we can just switch it. Same thing for giving us pure deck movement as well. 1 Buff Padding, because that's silly with Dreadnaw VMAX. Like I said, an effective 400 HP. That is bonkers. Anytime you can have 400 HP is a reason why you want to play this card. I mean, I wouldn't mind another one, in all honesty. But imagine that 400 HP, guys. Effective. That's silly. Oh my lord. 1 reset stamp. So when they do get through that 400 HP, you can say, here you go, here's a stamp. You know, have 3 cards left in your hand. Deal with the next one. So you play 1 stamp. 2 of the Glimmer Tangle. This is the new stadium card. Once during each player's turn, after they flip coins for an attack, that player may ignore the result and flip that coin again. So in this case, if we flip tails on Dreadnaw, we're like, no. Glimmer Tangle, you know, let's try and flip heads this time, please. And then to finish the list, 4 Aurora Energy. Might be too much, but again, I just want to make it as consistent as possible. I want to make sure I get the ADP off all the time, whilst being able to double up as waters for Dreadnaw. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 water energies, just so we can ultimate rare onto our Dreadnaw nice and easily. You know, waters actually works for ADP's attack as well. So yeah, that is ADP Dreadnaw, bit of Darkness Ablaze for you. Make sure you stay around. I'm going to try and get a Darkness Ablaze list, all obviously post rotation, or at least 1 a day with gameplay with most of them as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.